Hey gang, today we're going to continue with part 5 of beginning blues soloing. Now if you haven't seen parts 1 through 4, they're in the link down below so you can check out all of those. Today we're going to cover the movable minor pentatonic scale in the first position. I won't say the first position of the guitar, but we'll say position 1 of the minor pentatonic scale. Okay, now we're going to do it in a movable key this time. In part 1 we did it in the key of E and we showed how it's integral to the tuning of the guitar, and so it really fits the guitar pretty well, the minor pentatonic scale. But today we're going to do it in G. And so what I'm going to do in today's lesson is just give you that first pattern and to show you a couple of exercises to really kind of solidify that in your brain. Now, that first pattern, pentatonic scale, is used in countless blues songs, in countless blues rock songs, and we'll explore how to play to get every ounce of every part of the blues out of that in a later lesson. But today I just want to solidify that pattern in your brain and to give you a couple of exercises to play it cleanly and to sound good when you play it. So that's coming right up. So here's what I want to cover. The first thing I want to do is I want to show you how this scale sounds over a G minor chord and over a G7 chord. It turns out that this scale is an incredibly versatile scale. You can use it over a G minor blues, or you can use it over a G majory sort of blues, like a G7 to C7 to D7 sort of blues. And so that's what we're going to do first, just to get you used to the sound of it. What does it sound like over those chords? Next we'll go up close over the fingering, and I'll show you that, and I'll show you also how it's movable, and then I'll show you some exercises that you can do to make sure you sound good when you're playing this scale. Now, we're not going to do any of the fun stuff like the bends and the slides and the vibrato and hammer-ons and pull-offs. All that's going to come later, but rest assured this scale can handle them beautifully, and it'll handle all those ornamentations just great. All right, first let's get used to the sound. Here's a G minor chord, and then we're going to play the scale on top of it. Okay, that's the minor sound. Now over a 7th chord it sounds just a little bit different. Not much, but just subtly different. And that's how it sounds over the minor chord, the G minor chord, and over a G7 chord. Let's take a look at it up close now. All right, now let's start out here. I want to anchor you on the position that we're going to start with, the root note of this. This is a G on the thickest string, the E string, right, on 3rd fret. That's a G. So this scale is going to be a combination of going up on the same string, either 3 frets or 2 frets, okay? And there's always 2 notes on each string. This is the famed blues box position. So that's what we're doing here. We're learning the blues box. Here we go. I'm going to play it very, very slowly up and down, and then I'm going to show you an exercise that you can do. Okay, so here we go. Now normally I'm going to try and put my hands really far away so you can see everything. Normally you'd want your hands closer to the fretboard. So here we go. Starting out with a 3rd fret of the thickest string, the E string. All right, now I'm going to come down. Now I think you'll do best if you use your pinky on those 3-note stretches, and on the 2-note stretches you use your third finger or your ring finger. Now I want to show you 2 exercises that you can do. I want you to put on your metronome, okay? Put it on very, very slow, maybe even excruciatingly slow, because the key to this is sounding good and playing very clearly. The key to it isn't just learning the notes and saying, hey, now I know the scale. But you want to play it very, very clearly. So the first exercise is we're going to play just a single note on each one of the scale, but we're going to play all down strokes, okay? No down and up strokes, all down strokes, very clean, okay? So that's what you want to listen for, okay? So like this. Nice and clean, all down strokes. And now down. Now, for a lot of people think, hey, that's just playing the scale, that's not an exercise. Wrong. What's going to happen is, if you start muffing up, that means you need to slow down your metronome, go slower, and focus on every note sounding absolutely clear, using all downstrokes, okay? Now, why am I asking you to use all downstrokes? It's because I want you to develop that accuracy and the power. Downstroke is usually a lot more powerful than an upstroke on the guitar. Okay, here is the second exercise though, and it does utilize both a downstroke and an upstroke. The only thing we're going to do here is we're going to play one down and one up on the same note and then progress. So it'll be like this, and again I would urge you to play very, very slowly, and this time I'll demonstrate the beginning of it. Okay, so that's essentially the exercise, and what I want you to focus on is playing again very, very slowly and trying to make those very even, so the upstroke should be about the same volume and it should be nice and smooth. Okay, so let me demonstrate the whole thing, and I'm going to play it at a slower speed. Nice and clean and smooth. Now coming down. Now the key to this is playing very, very slowly. Once you start to get better, then you can start to pick up your speed. But remember, you have to have it very, very clean. And for the down-up one, you have to have also that very clean. Etc. Okay? So you will get up to that speed, but the way that you get up to that speed the right way, and in fact the only way, is to really play it slowly and to focus on getting a nice, clear sound. Now I promised you I'd show you that it's movable. Hopefully by now you'll see that it's evident. Basically what you do is you think about what is the root note of that scale. It happens to be this note right here, which is a G. Now there are other places to find it in this position as well, but let's focus on this note right here. This is the G. So all I have to do to play, let's say I'm playing an A minor pentatonic, is I just move on this string until I find an A. There's an A right there at the 5th fret of the thickest string, of the E string. So this, using the same pattern, would be an A minor pentatonic. And likewise, if I wanted to play a C minor pentatonic, I just have to find a C. There it is on the 8th fret. Okay. Now, if you're still caught without knowing the notes on the fretboard, I'll link that down below. I've done a lesson on that as well. I'm pleading with you, just take 70 minutes out of your life over the next 2 weeks. It doesn't take that long. Do yourself a favor and learn the notes on the fretboard. At the very least, know the 6th string or the thickest string, the E string, the A string, and the D string. If you can know those 3, at least you're in better shape. Okay? But don't handicap yourself, your guitar playing self, for life by refusing to learn the notes on the fretboard. See how easy it is once you know those notes. All right, gang, well, there you have it, the G minor pentatonic scale. It's a movable scale, and that's the first form of that scale. We'll do more. Now, there's a lot more to the blues than just playing scales, believe me, and we will explore more of that. But this is a nice little underpinning. If you like this video, please give it the like, and if you haven't yet, subscribe, and do check out all of the other videos in this series. You can check them out in the links in the description below. I think if you like this one, you'll like those others, and it gets you nicely grounded on a path toward becoming a soloist on guitar in blues. All right, we'll see you on down the road.